Hi, I'm JH, and in this video I'll be talking about the 2022 United States Grand Prix, the 19th round of the 2022 F1 season. Please note that everything I said is based on facts and of course my opinions. So, without further ado, let's start the video. First of all, let's see some news that's been going on before the race. On the drivers market, Hülkenberg is apparently the frontrunner for Haas seat next season. Logan Sargent will be driving for Williams next season if he got enough super license points. I mean, ability wise he's pretty average, but with the loss of cash cow Latifi, Williams would need another big sponsor. And a young American driver is a pretty attractive option, although they could also go for another guy that, I don't know, had a decent F1 experience and a Schumacher on his name. Oh, lastly, Red Bull apparently admitted to a cost cap breach last season, but it won't really affect the result of last season's Drivers' Championship. Anyway, let's get into their performances. Verstappen's excellent start that put him into the lead allows him to avoid the chaos that's going on behind. On the race, other than a botched 10+ second pit stop that isn't really his fault, Max pretty much did nothing wrong. Even after the bad pit stop that dropped him behind Hamilton and Leclerc, Verstappen overtook both of them with no real trouble, thus winning the race with a decent gap. Sergio received a grid penalty after a power unit component change, and on the first lap had a bump with Bottas that caused some front wing damage. Nevertheless, the Mexican still had a good race, successfully defended against Russell behind him, and even started to catch up Leclerc in third on the final few laps. However, he ran out of laps and finished fourth. Hamilton was on track to win the race. He had it all, no errors, great pace, and Verstappen's slow pit stop as well. But Max was too quick, and in the end, Lewis lost the lead to Verstappen, finishing the race in second. Russell got a penalty after the Sainz incident. Other than that, he's pretty much doing an okay job, and a late pit stop allows him to take the fastest lap. He ended the race in P5. Charles started from 12th after a power unit penalty and lost a few positions as well after the Sainz incident, but he had no trouble getting past the midfield, and the safety car pit also gave him an advantage, but in the end can't really match Lewis or Verstappen's pace. Leclerc ended up finishing P3. He's just unlucky. I mean, Sainz got the pole, but on the restart Verstappen got the jump on him, and when Carlos tried to retake the lead, Russell spun him around, causing water leak that forced him to retire. Norris had an excellent race, even after the disadvantageous safety car. Lando also overtook plenty of drivers, including Alonso, to take 6th. Just retire. You're a great driver 3 years ago, but the time is over. Your chance for the 2024 comeback will only be possible if a team is desperate for a PR move. This is honestly embarrassing. Ricciardo mostly ran as a backmarker and only had the capability to overtake Latifi. Daniel ended up finishing the race in 16th. Fantastic result for Vettel. Had plenty of excellent overtakes, good pace, no major mistakes, and still finished 8th despite the 16-second pit stop. I mean, Stroll was on track for points finish, but the bullshit move on Alonso ended his race and made him into a public enemy even more than before. I mean, seriously, what the hell was he thinking? Despite the slower pace compared to Schumacher, Magnussen's one-stop strategy gamble paid off. He ended up finishing P8 after an error-free race. Mick once again ended up on the bad side of Haas's gamble. Despite having a better pace compared to Magnussen, the pit strategy cost him a top 10 finish, and in the end he got P14. Yuki ended his long points route with an excellent performance. Despite handed a 5th-place grid penalty, he had a few good overtakes, no errors, and ended up finishing P9 after Alonso's penalty. Not a good race for Gasly. He had a chance to score some points, but brake problem as well as safety car penalty and another penalty for failing to serve a penalty made a top 10 finish impossible for the French. He ended up finishing P13. I mean, Ocon did okay considering the pit lane start. He steadily gained places on the race, and after Alonso's penalty, Esteban finished 10th. All things considered, Alonso had a fantastic race. Even after the Stroll incident, the Spaniard managed to climb the standings and finish P7. But Haas's protest over the damaged mirror resulted in a 30-second penalty after the race that dropped Alonso to P15. Zhou did okay on the race, at some point even got inside the points position, but in the end can't really hold the place and finished P12. Bottas was pretty average on the race until a reported sudden blow of wind caused Valtteri to make a mistake and went into a gravel on lap 16, forcing him to retire from the race. Albon had a decent race, but in the end narrowly missed on a points finish. In addition, he also got a 5-second post-race penalty on the battle with Tsunoda and ended up finishing P12. He qualified last, had a spin on early laps that forced a pit stop, received a time penalty after an incident with Mick, and finished last on the field in P17. I mean, what's there to talk about? My best driver for this race is Vettel. Great start, excellent pace, and even after a 16-second pit stop error, Vettel shows an exemplary mental fortitude and persists to catch up cars in front, most notably on Magnussen on the last lap that allows him to finish 7th after Alonso's penalty. Here are the standings after the 19th round. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please share, like, and subscribe. See you in the next video, and yeah, have a nice day.